police are offering a 350,000 Rand reward for information on the disappearance of 3 of their members. Constables Cebekhulu Linda, Keamogetswe as well as Boipelo Senoge were traveling from Bloemfontein to Limpopo, where they'd been deployed when they went missing. They were last seen at the petrol station near the Grasmere toll plaza on the N1 on Wednesday morning. Now, their car tracking device and cell phones are still off. Free State Premier Maqueen Letsoha-Mathae joins us now to discuss this development a little bit further. Premier, thank you so much for the time. The police as well as the provincial government then have issued that reward of 350,000 then for information leading to the whereabouts or any assailants that might be involved in this. Has that so far brought in any kind of leads? If you could share an update. Good morning to you.
Good morning, and good morning to your viewers. As you all know that you were part of the media briefing yesterday where the National Commissioner was in the province. But so far, there's nothing that one can really report about. But what really put us at ease was the reward itself. We're just hoping that it will assist the police. We're just hoping. And it was really good that, and we appreciated the fact that National Commissioner himself landed in Free State just to come and talk to families. So we're just hopeful and praying hard for the safe return of the 3 constables.
Have you been able to speak to the families of the constables that have now are missing? Have you been able to speak to the families, their sense of what could have happened, perhaps a sense from them and how they're feeling as well off the back of all of this?
Let me indicate that when we were planning to visit the family yesterday after the Freedom Day activity, we were then called in yesterday morning that the commissioner will be here and all families will be called to Park Road. And that's where we met the families as a team, myself, MEC and National Commissioner and Deputy Commissioner on Detectives. So we only met them at that level where we engaged with them and tried to understand, and they were also given some tasks to assist in the investigations. So that was the only time when we met with the families. But from their side, they really appreciated the fact that they were called in one meeting and information shared was in one meeting, other than the speculations that are on social media. So they really appreciated the fact that Commissioner came himself from National to come and engage with them and give them a sort of a report, will say, was you have to update the families. But from our side as provincial government, we did speak to them, only support with committing to support the families, as well as making sure that we support SAPS in their investigation. One other thing that we also shared with them, it's also from the report that they were given from the police, the media speculations, because they were also concerned about what has been reported on social medias and so on. And they really appreciate the fact that now going forward, we'll have family reps from each family to communicate with so that they don't rely on social media or they're not being confused by information that they get from social media.
Indeed, very, very important to be having the right information in a situation and scenario like this. How does your office then go on to support the police in trying to find the 3 missing police officers?
As you all know that this happened on morning of Thursday, and officially the case, I think, was open on Friday. It was already towards the weekend. It's only this Wednesday where we have called Executive Council, our cabinet here, where we'll also guide one another how are we going to support the families, how are we going to support SAPS, but sharing the information as well, where our media people will be working on sharing the information just to assist them in sharing this information throughout the country, making sure that whoever can have a knowledge, just a little bit of a knowledge of what actually happened, anyone who can just share a light with police, it will really be appreciated than those who are just making some speculations as if police are not doing anything. And from the report that we got yesterday, indeed, there's a multidisciplinary committee that has been established by the National Commissioner, the teams from Limpopo, Gauteng, and Free State as we all know that these constables are from Free State, but they were traveling to Limpopo, meaning they are traveling to Limpopo through Gauteng. So that team is working day and night, making sure that we find these constables of really what really transpired, because it's really sad for the families to have families that you cannot even account for. So they are working hard, and they really committed yesterday that those teams are working day and night. From here, Bloemfontein, the commissioner was going back to Gauteng to meet with the team once more, just to understand how far what is that can be done. So they are doing all their best. I can assure communities and the public that our police the hands are just on deck on this matter.
Excuse me, will you also be working then with the Gauteng Premier, Panyaza Lesufi, to perhaps find out along the route if there was any kind of help that you could get? As you said, they were traveling to Limpopo, so it could have happened through any of those parts then, with the last location being the Grasmere Toll Plaza. So would that mean that there could be some work done as well with the Office of the Premier in Gauteng and perhaps even in Limpopo?
Definitely, we are really bound to work together in this matter. And, you know, what is said about this issue is that these are young people, those that we really thought they'll be able to contribute positively. And the work that they were doing, you could understand that if someone is in CI, it's somebody who's really sharp in mind. And these are the people who expected a lot from them. And we are hopeful that with the public assisting us in making sure that the police really get a breakthrough on this matter, than really hurting the family. So we're going to work together with Tete Panyaza. Today, I'll be calling Tete Panyaza just to understand how best can we assist the police and the family with whatever we have that can really contribute towards making a breakthrough on this matter, because it's really painful for families, you know, when you don't even know what actually happened. It's better when you know that the person is missing, but the person is dead. But in this case, nobody knows because they can't track anything, the car, the cell phones. That is very, very sad.
Premier, what is it that we're learning from a situation like this? What is it that we perhaps take from it? I know we're still in the middle of this scenario and situation like this, but perhaps for future reference and understanding as well, what has this sensitized us to?
You know, because we don't exactly know what happened. You just think of the normal cases or where you find a person being stopped by people who impersonate as police. You know, we're just thinking loud that what could have happened to this? And it's a challenge to us now that how do we strengthen as well? If you can recall, there were cases prior where people were hijacked because some cars had blue lights and so on. So I think we really need to work hard in making sure that we know who is who and how do you get stopped? Because in this case, really, we don't know, all of us, how best can we address this. And in future, I can't even relate the story because we don't even know what actually transpired. Because when you listen to the family, the dad said, I think it's Senoge, who's a pastor, said, I'm close to my daughter. Normally, she'll call and say, I'm at this point, I'm at that point, I'm at that. So it's an indication that perhaps she was out of the relationship, she was concerned as well about her safety, but they were having that kind of communication where they'll always report to each other. But in this case, we don't know what actually transpired. Therefore, it's very difficult to learn from it, because unless we know what happened, then we'll be able to say, out of this, there's a lesson that we can learn out of this incident.
Premier, it's certainly a difficult situation, and one we hope we can find solutions to, and hopefully find the missing officers as well. Thank you so much for your time this morning.